an innovative company who was able to do this through a mobile app survey. But this is not yung katulad sa Facebook na i-like nyo lang, yung heart nyo lang. It's not like that. They directed this one. They actually handled the survey themselves. Now, Tangere is a company that is acknowledged and trusted by Mores at Standards Council. Basically, they're not newcomer to this thing. Parang they've already done so many studies with private companies. Now they're entering with the politics. Now let's proceed with the survey. Let's start with the president first choice. So for this one,
Dennis, just to inform the media, no, Mores is the Association of Research Surveyors, no. Yung Mores, so if you're accepted by Mores, no, and you're accepted by PANA, PANA is the advertisers, national advertising agencies, no, PANA. So if you're accepted by PANA and Mores, it's like your methodologies and your reputation is acceptable to the entire industry. I just want to point that out. I used to be a director of PANA myself.
So echoing, yes. So we have good trust with this company. So let's proceed with the first slide. So we look at the president first choice. We're looking at the per area. Now, Tangere gave some insights. I just want to point out maybe the first thing that they said, that 5 to 6 out of 10 respondents watched the presidential interview debate of COMELEC, and Mayor Isko is the winner of the presidential debate for 43% of the respondents. He is followed distantly by VP Robredo at 25%. So here we can see that Marcos has gone down from, they always say 60%, stuff like that. They gone down to 48%, and we are at 24%, and Leni Robredo at 20%. Next slide. So here I want to show the second choice based on the first choice of the president. So if you look from the top going down, it shows that if your first choice is Marcos or Isko or Leni, where would the votes go in case that person backs out? So if you notice here, we want to point out that when the presidential candidate of choice is running, Isko Moreno is deemed the second choice by almost 4 out of 10 Filipinos, followed by Ting Lacson and Bongbong Marcos. So if you can see here is that for Marcos voters, 45.59% of them choose Mayor Isko as their second choice. Okay, next to the next slide. Okay, so I want to show here the voter non-preference, or these are the hard no's. So for here, the question is, kung ngayon gaganapin ang eleksyon, sino sa mga susunod ang hindi mo iboboto bilang Pangulo? Now, we want to point out, we want to show here that Isko garnered actually the lowest Robredo, in just the least number of voter non-preference. Non-preference for Robredo, according to them, is driven by Marcos preferers, while Robredo supporters influence not preference for Marcos. So to the next slide. Now,
Interject at that point, no? Probably the more apt exploration there is Isko Moreno is the least disliked among all the presidential candidates, and Leni Robredo is the most disliked among all the presidential candidates. Now, if you just to put that in simpler terms, no? Thank you. Please proceed.
Thank you. So, for the next slide, now we want to put our attention to the payment of yung 203 billion real estate tax. Now, the question that was asked is, gaano ka sumasang-ayon o hindi sumasang-ayon na magbayad si Bongbong Marcos ng estate tax na 203 billion mula sa kanyang minana kay Ferdinand Marcos. Now here, we want to point out, now it's a bit complicated, but we want to point out you to some of the things that might be of interest, is that almost half of Filipinos believe that Bongbong Marcos should pay their family spending 203 estate tax. This agreement is driven by Metro Manila residents, also adults, and the preference of the Marcoso, Robredo, Ong, Pangilinan and Soto. But we want to point out that if you look at numbers that actually prefer Marcos, that 33% actually agree that they should settle. So, kung sinasabi nila na actually, walang paki yung nila, yung voters nila, actually the data shows that 17% strongly agree and 15% somewhat agree for a total of 33%. Okay, to the next slide. So here, we just want to show that bump chart trend a while now, I mean, since the start of the year. So at least here, we can see that there's a downward trend for Marcos Jr.